Ilia Topuria recently went on JRE and discussed what he thinks the route should be for him at lightweight and some other matchups in the division as well, and how he thinks it's going to unfold. So today I'm going to chat a little bit about that. So of course they spoke about a lot of things on the podcast. It's 2.5 hours long, so they discussed how much Ilia weighed outside the cage when he was competing at 145, and it turns out he was absolutely huge, which is to no one's surprise, to be fair. We could tell when he was out of camp that he was weighing a lot. They spoke about Mighty Mouse, and Ilia said he wasn't a massive fan of Mighty Mouse when he was in his prime, which I'll let him off for that one. Not really sure about that. But you know what? Each their own. But yeah, as I said, the main thing I'm going to be discussing today is his path for himself at lightweight. And to no one's surprise, he's already said it before, he wants Islam first. He wants the champ. And I don't think he'd see facing a contender first as a risk, because he's a very confident guy. I think he just wants to go for the belt straight away. He wants that matchup. And he also mentioned that he wants Paddy Pimblett to fight Justin Gaethje, and even said that he thinks Paddy would beat Gaethje easily. Yeah, so Ilia's little ideal plan was to fight Islam for the belt, obviously beat him. Paddy Pimblett fights Justin Gaethje. Paddy Pimblett beats Justin Gaethje, and then fights Ilia for the belt, and Ilia beats Paddy. If that were to unfold that way, Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria would be a fucking huge fight. That would be, if, as I said, if things unfolded like that, you know, they'd be even bigger names by that point, and that would be a huge selling pay-per-view. One of the bigger fights you can make at lightweight if things all go to plan at the minute. I just wanted to touch a bit on what Khabib said about this. So Khabib said that Islam doesn't want to fight Ilia right now, because if Ilia came up, obviously he's moving up a division, and there's already an agenda against Islam that he only beats 145ers. So that'll be playing up on his mind as well. But Khabib basically said that if Ilia comes up and loses to Islam and then loses to someone else at 155, then everyone's just going to say it was a crap win because Topuria's shit at 155 anyway. I don't think it would necessarily play out like that, even if Islam beat Ilia. I think Topuria would probably win his next fight at 155, because I think he's good enough to beat a lot of contenders in that division, and then they'd probably do the rematch. But, you know, this is what Khabib thinks, I guess, and you have to respect that. And then, in classic Ilia Topuria fashion, his response to Khabib was, Khabib knows I'm the one to take the belt from Islam, only reason he doesn't want Islam to fight me. And he was always going to say that, like, he's always going to take the angle that that's Khabib ducking the fight for Islam, which I think he probably should have let Islam say it himself rather than Khabib saying it. I think it's a bit weird if one of your coaches coming out and saying stuff for you, but whatever, I suppose. The replies here, Homelander MMA, let's see what he was saying. Pipe down, little fella. Ilia Topuria refused number one contender fight with Arman Sarukian. I don't even know if that's true. If that's true, then interesting, but I can believe it to be true, because Ilia just wants to fight for the belt, and I think he's already said that he's not going to accept anything else. So that's sort of pushing the UFC to just give him the fight. I think they probably will end up giving him the title shot, to be honest, because he's one of their stars, and like if he's like taking so much time out, refusing to fight number one contender and saying I just want to fight for the belt, then the UFC will probably end up giving in and giving him the fight, should I say. Alright, so if Ilia is to have his way, Paddy Pimblett will fight Justin Gaethje. But as you can see on the screen here, we also have Charles Oliveira as a potential matchup. Now, I'm sure most of you will admit that a much more favourable matchup for Paddy is Justin Gaethje. Charles Oliveira is still a very dangerous guy at 155. He can finish anyone. He's got probably the best jiu-jitsu in the division. Although Paddy's is very good, you know, the numbers that Charles Oliveira has in the submission finishes department, like you can't even deny, like his jiu-jitsu is insane. But yeah, as I say, Justin Gaethje, much more favourable matchup. If that fight is to happen in Abu Dhabi, like Paddy wants it to, I'd probably pick him by submission. I'm done counting him out now. I think he can beat a lot of people in this division. If he's to fight Oliveira, I'd struggle to pick him to win, to be honest. That was a very dangerous fight for Paddy. But yeah, feel free to let me know how you think the situation at lightweight should unfold. It's a situation that could go many ways. There's literally so many options. There's so many routes that it could go. But let me know what your ideal route is for the lightweight division. Should Ilia fight for the belt first? Should he fight a contender first? Who should Paddy fight? Yeah, let me know. I think Ilia's solution is one of the stronger ones and one of the better ones for the division. So we'll see how it unfolds.